We're live. Oh. Good morning. Welcome to the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living on this beautiful October day. Hello, hello. We're going to start out this morning with something just a little bit different. I know you all woke up today thinking, gosh, I wish I could learn a new song, right? Yes, I believe Marilyn has. So she wants to learn a new song. So you'll find the lyrics to this new song up on the screen, I believe, momentarily. It's a song I wrote a long time ago. Never really found itself on any recording as of yet. It's called The Truth Will Set Us Free. Because it's new, I'm going to kind of play it through instrumentally for you so you kind of get the tune in your head. Okay, that's all the time you get. Ready? Don't be afraid. Follow me. I will float my boat on an ocean of truth, where the current of faith keeps my course straight and true. I will not be swayed by the waves of doubt. I will live my life from the inside out. That's pretty good. If you could just sing a little bit louder so I know you're there. So the second verse kind of the same as the first, melodically speaking. And we're going to go right now. What rings true for me may not work for you. Still we all must honor other points of view. There is just one God speaking to us all. Although the words are different, Spirit leads the call. I will sail through this life with the peace of a dove, grace of a dove. Well, I will branch of peace and a heart full of love. I will not judge you, you will not judge me. Always and forever, the truth will set us free. Always and forever, the truth will set us free. So I want to do that last verse over again, only because I made a mistake, and I just want to make it right for myself. Right? I will sail through this life with the grace of a dove, with an olive branch of peace and a heart full of love. I will not judge you, you will not judge me. Always and forever, the truth will set us free. Always and forever, the truth will set us free. Lovely. Nice. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan, for opening us up with your new song, and from you, and especially, it's wonderful. Thank you. Well, I would just like to say good morning to all of you, to Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. And I have a couple of reminders that we might want to pay attention to. So if you just take a moment wherever you are to put away or turn off anything that might make some distraction and prevent you from getting the richness of our time together. So if you would do that. And of course, if you're joining us today on Facebook, you can click on the icon for closed captioning, and that will help if you're having some trouble hearing our service. So it is obviously a wonderful day. I don't know if you saw the balloons coming in, and I'm grateful that they were able to get up in the air. It was pretty fun and exciting to be driving down here and seeing a few balloons right in front of me. That was pretty fun. And also very grateful for Susan Clark being here with us today. So we appreciate you. And so I would like to have Reverend Gill come up, and we'll continue with our service and move on. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, I'm glad to be with you. It was touch and go there for a minute. I hear that my hair is especially looking good this morning. So please enjoy on the camera. I'm sure it's really good. But I am here and landed, and I'm truly grateful for each one of you being here as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are here together today to transform our world with the power of love and action. That's what we do here at RGCSL. So in order to do that each time, we truly appreciate all those that pitch in to make it happen, especially on mornings like this when they're all making it happen and no one else actually looks like they're going to be here to do their part there, so we appreciate the tech team and the greeters and the angels who do food, the bookstore, and all of the other folks that are doing their part. So thanks so much. And especially Susan this morning with us with music. That was beautiful to have that. And I'm really glad that no one's supposed to judge me. That was good. I like that. So we have spiritual practitioners, licensed spiritual practitioners who are doing particular things this morning. I want to thank them. Alicia Hanlon and Marilyn O'Leary are holding the high watch for us. And Marilyn O'Leary will also be opening and closing us with prayer. And as you already met, Marilyn Kirkland will be anchoring us with our vision and mission statements and our reading of the day. And she'll be doing that in a few minutes. So just to start off our service, I would like to anchor why we're here. So there's the basic teachings of science of mind and New Thought Ageless Wisdom can kind of be boiled down into four basic things, and this is why this is why we're here. First of all, and I don't know if you have the slide available or not. If you don't, it's okay. It was up there earlier. One, we believe there's power in the universe, and we can use it to make our lives better. Pretty simple. Two, we believe that thought is creative. And so what we think makes a difference as to what happens in the world and our lives. And three, we believe that everything is either an expression of love or a call for love. No exceptions. It sometimes looks pretty ugly, but that's what it is. And we believe that you and me and all of us are whole, perfect, and complete, just the way we are. So whether or not you have something you think you need to change about yourself, you would like to do differently, as we just sang, let's let go of the judgments and let's allow ourselves to move forward knowing that we're essentially whole, perfect, and complete. So that's why we're here. I'm grateful you've chosen to be here. It's a really powerful time. And I really want to thank and welcome those who are with us, perhaps visiting with us, particularly for the second time, because they're the really brave ones. Is there anyone here who's back with us? Okay, all right. Welcome. And if you're with us, whether you're on camera or here, for the first time, we want to acknowledge you and just welcome you. And what I'd like to invite is if anybody who's been here first time, second time, we would like to bless you for being with us. So if you might stand where you are or just be ready where you're seated in your seat, hold your hands out. We're going to rub our hands together as a congregation. We're going to put them out towards our people who are with us. And we're going to say, we see you. We know who you really are. You are a unique emanation of spirit. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank Spirit for sending you today. welcome to Rio Grande. And so I would like to welcome back for some. Do we have music at this point? Do we have a thing? I think I have a parenthetical music in my thing because I have not settled this thing out. So, do you have something you want to offer us at this point?
Yes, I always have something.
Okay.
To share music.
Luckily, Susan Clark is with us this morning, so we will have music right now.
We'll have music. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you too. I'm happy to be here. And sure. So should I do that right now? I guess I should do that right now. Just jump in right now. This is another song that I wrote. I got doing a lot of my songs on today's service. So, this is called "God Is in Everything," and I have to put my readers on because I wrote this a while ago, and the font is smaller than what I presently use. All right, here we go. God is in you, is in me, is in he, is in she, is in everybody we see. God is in you, is in me, is in he, is in she, is in everybody we see. No need to search every chapter and verse looking for some missing key. Just take a look in the mirror and you will see you are divinity. God is in rocks and in plants and in trees and in deserts and prairies and cool mountain streams. God is in rocks and in plants and in trees and in deserts and prairies and cool mountain streams. No need to travel to some ancient shrine. You have only to open your mind. The Christ within me meets the Christ within you, and together our light will shine. No need to question that we are expressions of all that is sacred and good. When we let go and let God, we will see everything unfold as it should. Brothers and sisters and brothers and mothers and babies and elders and sinners and saints. Brothers and sisters and brothers and mothers and babies and elders, sinners and saints. No need to look for some numerical code to unravel the mystery. Just take that time to quiet your mind, and the truth will set you free. No need to question your path, it's perfection that leads to the vision you hold. Open your mind and let spirit decide when you reach each new forth in the God is in you, is in me, is in he, is in she, is in plants and in rocks and in trees, in deserts and mountains and pure mountain streams. He's in everything, it's in everything, she's in everything, whatever you call it, is in everything. God is. It's everywhere. It's you. It's there. It's everywhere.
So with that beautiful song, I ask you and invite you to take a breath and realize, which is easy to do with Susan's beautiful song, that excitement and vitality is spirit. And this deep place that we go inside of us is also spirit. And spirit is all around us. And so knowing that and being reminded of that, we ask Spirit to be here in a special way. And that asking means we pay attention. We pay attention to Spirit in our lives. And we are reminded that we are here in this wonderful Rio Grande Center to be reminded that we are limitless, that what we desire for ourselves, for the good of us and our families, for the good of the center, for the good of the world, for all of that that we desire, that we can vision, that we can see, all of that is possible. And as we are reminded, we become deeper and deeper in our knowledge, in our faith, knowing that we are in touch with that power, that it is a part of us, and that we are a part of each other. We are one, and that the desires of one are the desires of all, and that we together have special power. And so knowing this and remembering this and keeping this with us all through this service and all through this week, please say with me, and so it is. Amen.
Those of you who have been here for a little while, remember that we have a vision and mission statement, and we like to kind of reinforce that every Sunday. So if you will stay with me, our vision and mission statement, we'll start with our vision. Transforming our world with the power of love in action. And our mission, loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. Thank you. I selected a reading today from a little book called The Prosperous Life Journal. And this was written by Chris Michaels, who I do not know, but also by Edward Viljoen, who is the spiritual director for all of Centers for Spiritual Living. And so I thought he has this daily kind of a little thing to meditate on, and then you can write down some thoughts. So this one is about the constant flow. Everything in nature moves in a state of constant flux. The planet orbits the sun, the galaxy spins, the universe expands. The same applies to you as well. Your body reflects how the universe works. It maintains health through circulation. And so to ensure maximum health, blood must flow, the heart must pump, and waste must be eliminated. This natural law of circulation also works in a non-physical way. A constant flow of energy is necessary for you to maintain health in your affairs. In order to guarantee a prosperous life, you must continue to release old ideas, old habits and beliefs, and be open to potentially prosperous new ideas. Granted, letting go isn't always easy. We get comfortable with our old thoughts and our resentments. Sometimes we have good reasons for hanging on to them. Even though they block the flow of a greater good into our lives, we're sometimes just too stubborn to let them go. However, in order to live a more abundant life, you must release old opinions and resentments. You simply cannot afford them anymore. They are holding at bay all of the good that you want to experience. So this is your reminder to take an open and honest look inside your heart and see where you have held on to resentment or fear. Take your spiritual pulse and see how well you're doing. What can you release today that will open your life to a greater good? And I want to end it with a quote from our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. Free yourself forever from the thought that God may be pleased by a life of sacrifice, that the world is any better because of your misery, or that righteousness is more perfectly expressed through poverty than abundance. Anything you can dream of is not too great for you to undertake if it hurts no one and brings happiness and good into your life. And now we'll have some more special music from Susan Clark. She's getting ready there. Thanks, Susan.
Another song of mine. This is kind of an old one. I rewrote. I added another verse. Figured I can rewrite my own music because it's mine to do whatever I want. This is called "Waiting for the Wind."
Thank you so much, Susan. Wow, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Just want to take a moment and look around, see all the faces. Thank you all for being here. I know they've got, clearly, if any of you were here last week or watched online, you know that tech was not being nice to us. And so I just want to say thank you this morning and to everyone working on it. Mike's doing a great job back there. And I also want to acknowledge Mark Ayers, who's in the back, hiding behind the camera. He is our co-president of the board, and he has been on a bit of a hiatus due to a need to rest himself and not be quite as involved in everything in the world. So we're glad that you're here. So Susan, in her infinite wisdom, captured in her last verse, I'm guessing the one she wrote, the essence of this morning. We're talking about swimming in the infinite ocean. And what does that mean? What are we thinking about there? And what comes to me is we're thinking about what this whole thing is about. And ultimately, it's all about good being everywhere present. It's about God being everywhere present. It's about spirit being in all things. And so we are always swimming in that stuff, if you will, in that place. Or are we? Right? So I thought about it, and I think I made the comment in my teaser for this morning that, it's like air in the sense that it's always there, and we don't notice it. And I think this ocean of good is very similar. But like air, there are those times where we somehow get ourselves into a room that doesn't have an inlet of air, or it has something that's not quite right going on, and it cuts us off from the bigger supply. And usually what we find is we have gotten ourselves somewhere where that happens. And I think it's very similar with this idea of the good of spirit. It's usually about where we have gotten ourselves, or where we have decided not to go, or what we've decided not to do. The mask falls from the ceiling and we decide to ignore it. So it's not available to us. So I would like to share some thoughts in a reading that I found from Michael Beckwith, talking about this idea of being in the ocean and how it happens. It depends on your context. If you woke up this morning and you're thankful for your existence, you're grateful to be alive, you're happy for all the possibilities that can happen in your life, you've expanded your context. Inspiration can come from this ocean of intelligence and move you in ways that you couldn't be moved. If you woke up saying, I'm a little human being, and my mother didn't love me, and I don't know who my dad was, and this and that and the other thing, then I shrink my context. And I prevent the higher order of thinking to take place in my life. We get to choose that. We get to participate in whether we're operating from the sea of mental garbage, or from the ocean of love intelligence, great inspiration arising from a sense of connectivity. It's right here, based on our perception, based on our context. We can actually jump in and swim in it and realize that we are oceanic with unlimited possibilities, and then actually be inspired. We can actually be pulled by the great vision, motivated if necessary. But here's the thing, many people are going to this ocean with a thimble. And they keep going back with the same thimble over and over again. And we need to be going back with a much bigger container. And we need to be getting ready to leap right in and swim in the ocean. So it's that opportunity to jump in and be fully in it, to be fully a part of it, to decide that all of that that's possible is possible for us. And so much of it is our decision on how we look at the world, what we decide about the world. So I'm going to try a little experiment this morning. I'm going to invite us to do a guided meditation during this time. If you have something to write with or somewhere to make a note, if you're here in the building, there are usually notes somewhere in a seat pocket in front of you, and a pen or something. And you might want to take a couple notes down as we're going. So I'm going to invite us to get comfortable in our seats, find that place that supports us, find the way that we can feel open to what's coming through. And let's take a moment and go to the ocean. So if you can close your eyes, if that works for you. Now imagine yourself out in the middle of the ocean on some kind of boat. And every direction you look is the water. You can see the rising and falling of the water. You notice the beautiful color and the glistening of the sun off of the water. And you find yourself straining to see the horizon. Where does the water end? How big is this ocean that you're looking at? It seems you can't even find that end. It just goes on and on. So just be with the beauty and the majesty of this ocean. Sense the energy that is moving through it. Allow yourself to be in awe. And now as you're taking all of this in, you feel a nudge. Try to ignore it, but it grows. And you realize that it's that still small voice of spirit. And it's asking you to jump in. To jump in and trust what is there for you. What's going through your mind? What's coming up in your body? Are you afraid? Are you excited? Just sit with this for a moment, this idea of jumping in and trusting it. And now the time comes, and you ask yourself, do I trust this water? Do I trust that this is the loving kindness of Spirit about to engulf me, ready to hold me, ready to reveal its secrets to me? Am I thinking about all the swimming I will have to do? Am I regretting my lack of a fitness routine right about now? Am I convinced that if I go into that water, it will be the end of me? Okay, this is it. Jump. Feel the water surrounding you. Feel the warmth. Feel the fear melting away. As you move, you sense how effortless it is to actually move around in this ocean. You feel an energy of possibility welling up in you. You feel yourself beginning to relax into it, into a space of expanded creativity and loving kindness. So let's just stay there for a few moments, relishing the feeling, taking it in, feeling the water support your body. Just notice how you feel. Now we're going to take a couple of breaths. And I'm going to invite you, as you are ready, to come back to this room, to this space. And as you're doing so, if you would like to take a couple of notes about anything that struck you during this process, anything that struck you while you were there in that ocean. And I'd like you to think in particular about a couple of questions. What things showed up that might have stopped you from jumping in? What things showed up that might have stopped you from jumping in? Maybe it was time to do something else. Do you wish there had been a safe choice? And finally, what was it like to actually jump in? Now, here is where the real experiment begins this morning. I'm going to invite you, if you are at home or somewhere else, if there's anyone with you, to connect with that person or persons. And I'm going to ask those who are here in the building if you can connect with one or two other people, and if you need to move a little bit so that you can be prepared to talk with one another. So that might require movement, I'm not sure. Feel free to make that happen. Oh, yeah. Okay. So once you have that person or persons, I want you to take a couple of minutes and I want you to share with one another anything significant that showed up or answers to those questions that we talked about. Don't judge them, just notice them and make sure each one gets a chance to share. So if you're at home, do this with someone in the room with you, or simply take more time to reflect on it. For here, share with someone near you. Go ahead. Bigger boats? Okay. So we can all stay on them? Mm-hmm. Yep. So as we begin to finish up the sharing with one another, I'm going to invite each one to take another moment with their piece of paper. So I'll give you another minute to finish up. So now let's take a moment and think, or allow to come forth, and then to note on our piece of paper, what is an intention going forward for how to deal with this infinite ocean that you've been invited to? It could be something like, I'm trusting, or I let go of negative thoughts, like sharks, or whatever. Write it down. And those of you in the room can help me when you're done writing, just look up so I kind of know where everyone's at. Those of you on camera, I can't see you. Okay, so I think most of us have completed that. So, okay, don't rerun around too far yet. I didn't release you from your groups yet. You still have more to do. So, the last thing that I'm going to invite you to do is to have each one in the group share that intention, if you can, if you feel comfortable doing that. And as each one shares the intention after the group or the other person has heard it, we're going to simply respond with, I see you and I support your intention. I see you and I support your intention. And you can say this mantra to yourself as well. So did we come up with some? I can use it. Okay. Did we come up with some pretty interesting intentions? Yeah? So what I would love to do is ask if anyone would like to share an intention with the whole group so that we can support you. Yep, stay right there.
Okay.
Stand.
All right. So my intention is to trust that I'm always supported at all times.
And so let's just bless Marilyn and anyone else with that intention. We see you and we, how would I say? We support your intention. Thank you. All right, did you want to go?
My intention is to go on a New Zealand cruise or an Abraham cruise. I'm going.
We see you and we support your intention. So how was that? Was it good? Do we feel better prepared to enter into this ocean? Can we see it as friendly? Do we ever see it as unfriendly? Yes. Yes. I know I do. There are times when it feels pretty scary, doesn't it? And you're not alone in that. You're not alone in that. That's how it can show up. Is it ever something that goes through your mind that there's too much good? No. Okay. Wow, that's good. Because sometimes I feel like that's way more than I should be getting myself involved in. That's just too much good stuff. So we are called today to swim in that infinite ocean, to dive in, to allow ourselves the honor and the blessing of letting it wash over us. And so with that, I'd like to take us to just a moment of prayer to anchor that sense and anchor that feeling. I'd like to invite any practitioners and ministers to stand and just surround the room as you symbolize this infinite ocean of good always supporting us. So we just take this moment to be grateful, to know that Spirit is ever giving itself to us. That this one life, this one love, this absolute perfect nexus of creation is always right there where we are. We are always swimming in it. We are always a part of it. We are always having it at our disposal. We release those thoughts in us that might stand in the way. We allow ourselves to notice the times when we have locked ourselves in a room and created separation, when we have put up a wall that really isn't there, but we are seeing it. We just let go of it. And this goodness, this love, this light of creativity is present to all of us. And it is who we are. We show up full of this creativity, full of this life, full of this love. And we bring it to everything we do. So I'm knowing that each one of us is a center of light. Each one of us is a place of love. Each one of us is bringing the picture of wholeness and perfection and healing into our world. And so that just reminds me how grateful I am for all of us, for each one. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we just allow ourselves to swim in this ocean, to take in all of the good, to allow the water to hold us and keep us warm and safe, and to energize us in all that we do. And so knowing that, I just give thanks and release this word and say, and so it is. Thank you, everyone, for going with me on that. I appreciate it. It is now our opportunity to share of our gifts. And those folks who are at home, even those of you who are here, you may see, if the screen starts again, you may see some things scrolling across there, ways to give. Everything that we give into this community is to support the vision of reaching out into the larger community, of being that love center in this ocean, of being that space of bravery and courage. And so, speak with me these words. I am abundance, and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously. So it is. So we'll just take a few moments. If you'd like to bring your gift forward by the podium, please do, or any of the number of other ways. Thank you so much.
I'm just a spoke in the wheel, one grain of sand, but it feels so right to be right where I am. One little part of a much bigger plan, and the longer I'm here, the more I understand. I am one, we are one, like the rays of the sun. When it's all said and done, I am one, we are one. I'm just one drop of rain that falls from the sky, that runs to a stream, then the ocean by and by. And I could do worse than to give myself up on the crest of a wave in this ocean of love. I am one, we are one, like the rays of the sun. Oh, when it's all said and done, we are one, we are one. One gentle touch, one loving word, one single step toward a kinder world. I am one, we are one, like the rays of the sun. And when it's all said and done, I am one, we are one. Thank you.
So we take just a moment to bless these gifts, which truly symbolize and allow us to be love in the world, to be to actually, oh my gosh, I messed up the words. I had it a minute ago. Well, to do our vision, that's what this allows us to do. And so we give thanks for it and just bless each one who's given, bless each one who receives, and we bless all of it. Thank you. And you're on.
And of course, I left my glasses down there, which is really fun. And so today I just want to give a word of thanks to all of you who've been here and also to those who are in service. I want to remind you that our practitioners, our licensed practitioners, are available to you after our celebration. Of course, you can recognize them by the purple stoles, or in some instances, there's Carmela has a all multicolor stole on her, so that's fun. And you can come to the front of the sanctuary here. We have some chairs set out if you'd like a quick mini prayer. It's kind of quick and also painless, so we'd like to help you and join you in whatever your intention is for your future. And remember, the prayers can also be something joyful that's going on in your life. In addition, there's a prayer box in the back of the room, and also there are some prayer request cards in the seat backs in front of you. And if you'd like to fill out one of those and put it in the prayer box, and our practitioners will be praying over your requests all over the next week. And if you're online, you can go to our website at Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living.org. It's all one word. And click on the prayer request at the top of the screen, and our prayer practitioners will be supporting you in prayer as well throughout the week. I'd like to acknowledge any of our October birthdays, because this is the first Sunday of the month, and we like to acknowledge you. If you're having a birthday in October, would you please let us know? Can you raise your hand or stand up? Oh, there are a couple, yes. 3 at least. So let's welcome and sing happy birthday to
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Yes.
And many more.
Yes, many more. And you're also invited to join us in the social hall for a special birthday cake that's been provided by Reverend Maggie. So thank you for bringing us a nice birthday cake to share with everybody. We appreciate that. And so we have an opportunity today as we've been in celebration. So don't forget to take advantage of the prayer opportunities being offered by our licensed practitioners. And join us for food and community and conversation in the social hall back behind through the kitchen. And now we will have Dr. Norm Dawson, who will share our morning announcements.
Yes, it is a good morning. Good morning. Reverend Gill, thank you so much. You know his initials are G-O. Go. Reverend Go. Well, I looked at the newsletter this week as I was preparing the announcements, and it said, swimming in the infinite ocean. I was so looking forward to the surfboard that you brought the first time. Oh, well. And Susan, sure enough, somebody said, this is special music. It is special music, so thank you much. We stand with Ukraine for independence and peace. There's a visioning and poetry session on October 23rd and November 13th. So if you're really into looking forward to seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and feeling your dreams and visions, be sure to go to the visioning and poetry event, which will be 2 more times, once this month in November. The Compassion Ministries has promoted in the newsletter the Prime Time 50 Plus Expo free health fair. So if you are over 50, probably not too many people in here like that, but if you are over 50, there's the expo will be at the Embassy Suites, 1000 Woodward Place, and they are going to be doing all kinds of things about nutrition and blood pressure checks and flu shots and things like that. So If you want more information about what that event is about, be sure you check out the newsletter. The community meeting on October 23rd will be right after the service here, so be sure you do make sure that's in your calendar, and there'll be more information about that and an agenda in the newsletter. So be sure you save the date, October 23rd, after the service. Recurring events are the same as they have been in the last few months here. You can check that out in the newsletter. I won't go into a lot of time in that today. And the gather is taking a break, so don't put that on your calendar. And that's it. Live from New Mexico, Sunday morning announcements.
And so it is with a full heart that I give thanks for this wonderful, blessed service. I give thanks for Spirit being here, being in our awareness, and for the power and the inspiration and the love of Spirit that we can take out into the world. And I know that each one of us is important. Each one of us is here for a reason. And that's why we come here, we get filled up, we go out into the world. And this is true for me, and this is true for each one of you. And so, counting you among all of the blessings, all of my blessings, I say thank you. I say thank you for the service, for everyone who participated, for all of the blessings that we got. And I bless you on your way through a wonderful week where you are uniquely you and the world is blessed by it. And so it is. Amen.
If you're able and you feel like it, please stand up. And I'm going to take you out with a little Eddie Watkins Jr. I think the lyrics will be up as we speak. There we go. There we go. So I've done this song with you guys before, but I've only done the chorus. So I'm going to do one of the verses, and you're welcome to sing along on that. And then you'll for sure know when we get into the chorus, because you'll have some muscle memory of that. Okay. Here we go. Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions while I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize that I'm not alone. There's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. You are the place. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. You are the place where God shows. I'm getting quieter, so you'll get louder. We are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. We are the place where God shows up. Let's do I am the place again. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Yes, you are indeed. Happy Sunday.